Reverse the colors and you have a completely new figure, right? Well, it's a bit more than that. Let's check it out. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks to the guys from CT Toys who sent this for a review. Today we're gonna take a look at their Agent Anti-Venom. Now technically this is a bootleg, but I'm not sure if it should be labeled as that. I mean, it is a bootleg body of amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech Agent Venom, and there is a CT Toys KO of that one as well. Link of a review for that figure is in the description of this video. So they used this same body, repainted it and made some adjustments. Does that make this figure a custom then? Because the original Revoltech Anti-Venom does not exist at the time when I'm recording this video. CT Toys really surprised us with this release. Seeing this makes me more optimistic that down the line they will make their own custom version of Tiger Stripe Wolverine, for example. But taking a look at the packaging here, it's the same type of box that we got with their Agent Venom. But of course this time they are using a different artwork. On the side of the box it says Agent Anti-Venom, and this time there is no image of the figure, unlike on this Agent Venom box. Back of the box also doesn't show the figure this time, but uses few comic panels. The only similar thing to this one is this image down here that shows included accessories. Same thing on the other side of the box, no figure but comic illustrations instead. There's nothing special at the top of the box, some legalese at the bottom, so now let's open it up and let's take a look at the figure. Here is CT Toys Agent Anti-Venom out of the box, and if you have their Agent Venom, you know what to expect. In my opinion, Agent Venom is one of the best bootlegs I've ever seen, and this Anti-Venom uses the same body mold. First, his proportions look good. They are a standard for the Revoltech line. Paint job is amazing, especially for a bootleg company. White color is not dull looking. It is not the same across the whole body. Parts like the head, arms, hands, upper legs and feet are painted in a clean white, while armored parts like shoulders, gauntlets, torso, knees and lower legs are covered in a more shiny reflective white color. Taking a closer look at those details, there is even a rougher texture in comparison to the clean white parts, and I like that contrast. It makes the figure look more interesting. The head sculpt looks good. The eyes are painted black, but they also have a little bit of that reflectiveness. Spider logo on the chest is nicely sculpted and painted. The belt looks sharp and clean. These pouches move out of the way in case you need more room for leg articulation. These silver pads on sides of the legs are also shiny. Straps around the legs also look good. And then here is a look at the lower legs. CT Toys really put in a lot of effort to paint this guy as best as they can, and in my opinion they did a great job. Bringing back their Agent Venom, the obvious first difference here is the paint. They reversed all the white and black parts to get this guy as close as they could to his comic book appearance. But paint job is not the only difference here. They also did a little bit of resculpting. They made the new armor pieces by removing all the spikes that were there on Agent Venom. That gave this guy a much cleaner and slicker look. Everything else is pretty much the same in terms of sculpt work. This is how both figures compare from the profile, and here they both are from the back. Let's now take a quick look at all the accessories that come with this Anti-Venom, and at the same time let's compare them with Agent Venom accessories. First, a look at the alternate Venom head, and this looks amazing. They repainted the whole thing, reversed the colors, and we can compare Agent Venom's head, and you can see that on this one the head is white, but the eyes are painted in red with black edges, and his mouth and teeth are painted black. Both of these look fantastic, but I'm leaning more towards this one because, of course, this is much closer to the iconic Venom look. But that doesn't take anything away from this beautifully sculpted and repainted Venom head. Then they both come with swappable eyes. These ones are from Anti-Venom, and same as the figures, these have inverted colors. Their machine guns are the same, and it's a beautiful sculpt, the oversized weapon that goes great with this figure. They both come with two pairs of these futuristic looking pistols, so each of these guys comes with 4 of these pistols. They also come with 2 pairs of these gun holsters, colors, obviously for Anti-Venom they are painted white, and together with that you get 4 of these pieces. These represent just a handle, a part of the gun that we previously saw, and these should be pegged in like this, and from the outside it looks like the pistols are inside of the holster. They both come with 2 additional pouches, and of course for Anti-Venom they are white, and these just peg into the belt. They both come with a pair of web shooting effects, and these simply just plug into his fisted hands. Both figures come with a display stand, and also with a bunch of alternate hands, and some of these hands are more human hands, while these 4 hands here are meant to be attached to his Venom tentacles, and we'll get to them in a moment. But obviously the colors are reversed, as you can see in comparison here. So you get a pair of fisted hands, tentacle hands, trigger finger hands, relaxed hands, and open hands with claws. They both come with 4 of these gun firing effects, and there is a peg hole here that you have to align with the tip of the gun, and this is how that looks. It's a great addition to this figure, a great accessory, a great effect. And again, you get 4 of these. Both guys come with this alternate blade piece that can be attached to his arms or even to his tentacles. Obviously for Agent Anti-Venom this accessory is white, while for Agent Venom it is black. And this is how that looks connected to his arm. Then we have 4 of these tentacles that serve as a base that plugs into his back. We get 2 of these shorter tentacle extensions and 2 of these longer extensions. Here they are side by side so that you can see the difference. This base piece has an articulation point here in the middle and another one here where it connects to the back of the figure. Connect these 2 pieces together like this. On the back of the figure we have 4 of these peg holes, and so all we need to do is plug these in like this, and this is now how Agent Anti-Venom looks with all 4 tentacles plugged into his back. And you can play around with all of these pieces because they have few articulation points, so you can wrap them around the figure, spread them out, you know, do whatever you want, whatever feels best for your display. What's great about it as well is the fact that it is really nice and sturdy, a great set of accessories that make this figure even more beautiful, even more dynamic, even more poseable, and it gives you a lot of great options for your shelf. Of course, Agent Venom comes with all the same stuff but painted black. Here is Agent Anti-Venom with some more of his accessories. I've put on the alternate Venom head so that you guys can see how that looks on this body, and I gave him trigger finger hands so he's holding the guns and the firing effects are attached to them. So this is just one of the options that you get with this fantastic figure. I don't want to repeat myself, but I demonstrated in his review how you can use those alternate Venom hands. You can attach them to the tentacles and they can hold the guns as well. But all in all, this figure is fantastic. It looks beautiful. You will just have so much fun messing around with all the accessories that come with this guy and with his articulation. And speaking about articulation, let's check it out. We'll start with the tentacles because I want to get them out of the way first. On all of those articulation points you will get a swivel and a hinge, and they can move in any direction. And it's like that on 3 spots on each tentacle. Okay, so I removed the tentacles so that they don't get in our way, and so the head and the neck have a nice and generous range of movement. He can tilt his head side to side, rotate 360, he can look down all the way, he can look up this much. We have a standard Revoltech butterfly joint, so you have a cut here and here, rotates forwards and backwards, like additional butterfly joint. And it helps you when you want to hide the articulation or bring his arm slightly more forward or back. Then we have standard Revoltech joint in the shoulders, and because it's a double ball, you practically get additional butterfly joint. And those Revoltech joints can be ugly, they can easily be seen, but what you should do is put the figure in a pose that you like, and then you can hide those joints. So we get a great range of movement in the shoulders. This guy can practically hug himself. Look at how far he can put his arm across the chest. His arm can cross his back this much, so that is also really good. The arms obviously rotate 360, and these shoulder pauldrons are on a ball pegs as well, so they can swivel, they can move out of the way. Arms go out all the way. There is a bicep swivel. We have double jointed elbow that also rotates. A swivel in the wrist. It hinges in any direction that you want. There are 2 cuts in the torso. Up here and here behind the belt. This figure is still stiff and you can hear those joints. With these two articulation points you can get a nice range of side-to-side rotation and a great tilt. He can crunch forward this much. This is crazy amount of movement. And then this is how far he can bend backwards. There are some gaps, but again, that's something that you can always hide while posing your figure. I already talked about these pouches on the belt. They are on a Revoltech ball joints, so they do move out of the way. They hinge, they rotate, swivel, and even these front pouches are pegged in, so they can be turned around however you want. No drop down in the hips, but there is a tie cut. Legs move out this much. They kick forward. Back, we have double jointed knees. There is even a boot swivel hidden behind this armor piece here. So this is where you'll get your rotation. Feet move forward this much, back all the way. We have a nice ankle pivot and a toe joint. Let's now compare our Agent Anti-Venom to some other figures. Here is how he scales with already seen CT Toys Agent Venom and the so-called Max bootleg of amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech 2.0 Deadpool from AliExpress. And if you guys are followers of my channel, then you know that there are actually two versions of this bootleg, and same goes for Agent Venom, because there is a CT Toys one and a non-CT Toys one that is not as good as this one. Here is how he scales with CT Toys Symbiote Suit Spider-Man and CT Toys 185 Spidey. Here he is next to the CT Toys Spider-Man 2099, obviously an SH Figure Arts knockoff, and the CT Toys Brown Suit Wolverine, obviously a Mafex knockoff. Here is how he scales with original Marvel Legends Symbiote Suit Spider-Man and a MAF AliExpress bootleg of Mafex Comic Venom. Here he is next to the original Mafex 185 Spidey and the original Sentinel Peter B. Parker. And finally, here he is with the original SH Figure Arts upgraded suit Spider-Man and an AliExpress Marvel Legends Juggernaut bootleg. So that was my look at this CT Toys Agent Anti-Venom. This guy is a beast. Should it be labeled as a bootleg? The answer is probably yes. At the time of recording of this video, as I said, we don't have this character in the original Revoltech line. Does that make it different enough to be called a custom? I don't really care about these labeling questions. All I see here is a fantastic figure. The sculpt is fantastic, paint job is beautiful, joints are nice and sturdy, and with that standard Revoltech articulation, you can get this guy in a lot of fantastic and dynamic poses. On top of that, this set includes a lot of great accessories that make this figure even better. After messing around with this guy and Agent Venom, I have to say that I would love to see a CT Toys Moon Knight and Arkham Batman as well. I know that there already is a Moon Knight KO on AliExpress and I have it on its way, so stay tuned for that review. As I already said, we do have a non-CT Toys bootleg version of Agent Venom and CT Toys still did a better job. So I hope that the same thing will happen with Revoltech Moon Knight. So I do recommend this Anti-Venom 100%. It goes for around 20 bucks and you get a much better figure than, for example, what Marvel Legends will give you. So yeah, go get this guy. I'll leave a link where to get him down in the description of this video, so go check it out. Anyway, all of these were just my thoughts and now I would love to hear yours. What do you guys think about this figure? Is it worth the price? Do you have it or do you plan on getting it? What do you think about CT Toys releases in general? Are you a fan of what they are doing or not? Let me know all of that down in the comments. Once again, thank you CT Toys for sending this figure for a review. And as always, a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters for helping me to do what I do here on the channel. Everything that I earn over there goes into the channel's content, so if anyone else can help, please do so. Patreon link is also in the description. If not, that's also okay, you are still helping simply by watching and sharing my videos. So thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.